So basically this is my relationship with COD. It goes initial excitement to, oh my gosh, this game is amazing. Look at all these things that are in it. All these features, all these weapons, all the maps, all the hype. It dips a little bit when you start losing. And then it goes back up because you start winning again. And you're starting to unlock and prestige new items. And then it slowly goes to, after a full day of playing, to, why did I waste my money on this game? This is honestly Call of Duty World War II. I want to welcome you to SoCloseToToast YouTube channel. So we are back with a new Call of Duty. It's a new year, new me. I honestly am pretty excited about this Call of Duty. I was when I saw the first trailer. I was when I first heard about the concept of it being World War II and not all the exosuit jumping off the wall Spider-Man Call of Duty, because that just didn't resonate with me. I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit of an older gamer. You're so old, dude. Why you play games still? I grew up on video games, bitch. Respect your elders. So I'm glad that they just kind of put that off to the side and we got a little change of pace thanks to probably Battlefield 1. So we're gonna weigh our options with pros and cons, and you guys can chime in the comments as much as you want. It's freedom of speech, mother truckers. So I'm gonna start off with a few pros here. I'm actually surprised that I even got this game. I wasn't thinking about it. I played the beta and actually had a surprisingly good time. Now I'm playing multiplayer on PC. I got the game on PC. I barely touched consoles in a year. So I'm just judging this off my experience with a mouse and a keyboard. I am not going full pleb and using a controller on the PC like some people I know are definitely doing it in game, and I actually have some trolls recorded already that I'll release for you guys this week so we can laugh at some people raging and bitching at me. But a major pro obviously is the fact that you don't have to worry about exosuits. You don't have to worry about all these kind of crazy kill streaks that seem to be almost unfairly unbalanced for the purpose of just making someone kind of want to camp in order to get these kill streaks and score streaks. And with this game, I feel like the score streaks are pretty balanced. There's always a way to somehow counter them. There's always seems to be enough cover to hide in, say if there's a mortar strike or something like that. It seems to be that the maps are pretty balanced when it comes to just straight up TDM, kill confirmed, game types like that. I already have about 40 hours into the game, so I really wanted to make sure that I tested everything. That's why I gave you a little bit of my graph of fluctuating from excitement to disappointment, because don't worry, we're gonna get to everything. A major pro is the headquarters feature. It's basically just a hub where other people that are playing online can go, because what you have to do, and what I think is a good idea, is it makes you wanting to keep coming back to the game, because you have mail where you get more COD points that you can spend on contracts, things like that, and even to purchase pistol grips, certain unlockables. And I think it's a really good idea because it's just constantly, like every 3 hours, you're gonna have more money in the mail to get more money in the bank to buy more things in game. And I think that's smart. I think that they have quite a few unlockables that you can get. And I'm one of those guys that for a while I did care about the gamer score on Xbox. And then I realized that there really is no point in that, but I really wanted to fulfill all the challenges in each game that I got. There's just something about doing that and just checking off something on the list of a challenge that is satisfying. And this game seems to have a lot of that when it comes down to just camos, to when it comes down to secret things in the headquarters that you have to find, like the uplink balls or gridiron balls, or you have to spot, you know, 2 hammers because sledgehammer, or you have to jump up to get a certain amount of height, so you have a fall damage challenge. A couple hours are dedicated just to finding some of these secret Easter egg glitches / challenges that you can complete. And I think that's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that they have these in the game, as well as being able to talk to people in headquarters. And most importantly, in headquarters, there's the 1v1 pit, which I think is a great idea. You always have people saying online, oh, 1v1 me, bro, 1v1 me. But you know, sometimes they have to set it up to just quick scoping. Well, this is where it has randomized loadouts, and you're just up against anything. A launcher, shotguns, snipers, it's anything goes, and it's cool that they have dedicated challenges for that as well. For once in a long time, I feel like the reward system in this game is actually pretty balanced, and it's, well, rewarding. You have like daily rewards, so it's another reason to come back to the game to try and unlock all those rewards. And then you also have weekly rewards, and if you complete all those rewards and challenges, then that unlocks, you know, a special supply drop, maybe extra XP for the soldier or the division or a weapon. And I think all this balances out to just keep you wanting to grind out the game and keep trying different types of game modes. I know I personally would not probably do the gridiron game mode ever. If you win this game type, then you get this amount of XP, or you get double XP, things like that I think are pretty smart, and it's not too overpowered. I know that some Call of Duties, they just come right out of the gate and you get double XP and you can just prestige like right away. I'm already first prestige, almost second prestige, and I felt like I really had to grind for that. This game is very tricky when it comes to killing people, I think. And I feel like there is somewhat of a balance to that, to not only reward the players that are good, but they tend to also reward the very casual players that just picked up the game for the first time. I also enjoy the contract system. It makes sense with the points, the COD points or whatever they're called, that you get, that you have to actually buy these contracts. So it makes you really want to like fight to grind out and complete them. And there's just some really, really hard ones, so you have to be like on point. And sometimes the game's just not lucky like that for you, so you have to keep on buying these contracts. And some of them are easy, and they reward you in that way, and then some of them are super hard. I haven't figured out if the, you know, special supply drops actually mean anything if you complete the harder contracts. I have no clue. Maybe you guys might know. That would be a smart, you know, idea for them to do that and not make it so randomized, but I have a feeling it's probably randomized. Something that I was really worried about in the beta was if there's going to be enough content as far as weapons, maps, game modes even. And it seems like that's all pretty balanced as well. I know a lot of people are complaining that Demolition is taken out of the game, but let's be honest, it was really fun, but it also was a camp fest, and you have Domination to do that for you, or Hardpoint. I wish they had more epics and ultra rare skins that you can have, but the cool thing that I think is some of those rare skins give you extra weapon XP, so you can prestige your weapons a lot quicker. And I think that's actually really cool, and I like that also the reticles for the guns. You have to have a certain amount of shots down sights to unlock certain reticles. I think the camos are fairly spread out, but that's how most Call of Duties are. You have to get a certain amount of headshots to unlock the camos. And the camos actually look pretty nice. They don't look too cheesy, and they don't look too cheap. And even though this makes me rage, the quick scoping in this game and sniping, although it can be super rage-inducing when you're spraying somebody and it seems like bullets are hitting, but he's not dying, and then somehow he snipes you or quickscopes you, it seems very comparative to either Black Ops 1 or COD 4, Modern Warfare. And I think that's good, because when I pick up the sniper, I can't do any of that. So obviously, these people are very skilled, and I think that's very cool, because, you know, obviously sniping is a big thing in the community. Also, talking about the community is the fact that you're able to commend players and that you get a certain amount of points and you can rank up your social rank, which I think is very smart. It's good to have a sense of community, and them just doing that little tiny bit of having a social rank and being able to commend players. All I see is when I go into headquarters is commend for commend, or, you know, we're meeting over by the shooting range to commend people. Like most Call of Duties, the sounds are amazing. It looks amazing on PC. And that's all you can really ask for. Graphically, I never looked at Call of Duty as like a super pretty game like Battlefield, but it sounds just as good. And it honestly, as far as the feeling and the hitboxes, it seems to be as good as like a Modern Warfare 2. On launch, and I have to specify this because there was issues after the fact, as far as connecting. I haven't connected with people in a party until the second day of release, and I didn't have any issues like getting into games and things like that. So I know a lot of Call of Duties in the past, you know, servers are going to be down, there's going to have to be an update for something, and they'll have to bring down the system, or you got Lizard Squad taking you down and you can't play. But I honestly had none of those issues, either finding a game or getting into a party with people and then us being able to find a game. We didn't have to wait more than a minute. And I think whatever they've optimized as far as searching for games and parties and having everything kind of even is pretty good. Also, I think the perk system is outstanding in this game. There's so much variety as far as what you can do to, if it caters to your gaming style, you can pick a perk that hopefully enhances that style, but isn't completely overpowered. Like for me, I'm a super aggressive player. I die a lot, but I love to just get up in people's faces. And so I know I'm not going to get tons of the score streaks. So I'll have one of the perks that allows you to build up over time. It's harder to get the kill streaks because you have to earn more kills, points, stuff like that. But over time, they'll start stacking, and you can only use them once. So you have to be careful about that, and I think that was so smart. I mean, they could have done it like past CODs where, you know, you needed more points to get the score streaks, and then they reset, and then you can do them again. If you're playing Capture the Flag, and you get those score streaks in the first half, and you use them in the first half, you're done for the whole game. So you got to think about some strategy there to continue and hold on to maybe some more powerful score streaks to have them on later on throughout the game so you can win. And I've seen people waste them on the enemy team and they'll kick our ass in one half, but then they'll have nothing and we'll be able to overpower them with our score streaks and end up winning. And I think there's a lot of good balancing in the perks. Also, there's more things that you get once you start prestiging your division. It's just a lot of ranking up type deals, but it's a lot of sub-ranking. So you sub-rank a weapon, you sub-rank a division, then you have your main soldier character that you're ranking up through prestiges. It's just very nice that they have all this, so the game constantly feels like it's rewarding you, but you have to fight for those rewards. All right, so enough of talking great about the game, because you guys are probably like, what the hell? We came here to hear some shit talking. Well, welcome to the shit talk arena. Can't name any other game except for maybe Minecraft that has been as rage-inducing as Call of Duty is. And like I said, the nice thing about this game is its optimization, and it feels like Modern Warfare 2. But there is a newsflash, and I think there is a catch, and I'm not the only one talking about this. I swear there are scientists breaking this down on Reddit to try and figure out if there's some type of gift giving from Activision and Sledgehammer and Raven that you can get into a firefight and you know what it takes to kill somebody. You know the amount of bullets and the damage it takes with an AR, with an SMG, with a shotgun. And you'll hit that quota. You'll hit the person 5 times. In the face, maybe even. And they'll somehow win the gunfight. And you'll get tons of people at the end of the game when you try and ask them, what is going on here? And they'll just say, get good. So I did a little researching and I tried to figure out, am I the only one that's having this issue? Is the get good remarks actually accurate towards me? Because I'm pretty good at the game, okay? I've been lulled into this false pretense of beatboxing and just the trolls. But behind that, there was gameplay there. And you saw how good that was. I'm not the only one having this issue, and people have slow-mode down their footage to show shots hitting. You see the hit marker on the person, and somehow the other person wins the fight even though you've put in enough shots. Okay, I'll stop talking. Okay, all right. You don't have to send anyone to my house. I'm convinced at this point that Call of Duty will never have fixed spawns. The hardpoint and domination can be an absolute mess with the spawns. And even in TDM, I'll notice myself getting spawn trapped. Overall, the weapons are pretty balanced. There is that shotgun that you can catch on fire, apparently. Is that even real? I didn't even know if that's real. Can somebody fact check that? That shotgun's super overpowered. And I think the SMG class is due for a buffing. I don't know if I'm the only one talking about this, but I think if you're not using an SMG in this game, you're insane. Or if you're really good with a sniper rifle, then fine, stick with it. But SMGs, that whole class seems to be, what's the point in using an assault rifle in this game? There is none. The maps, although they are, for the most part, balanced, there is just some things in some game types, like Search and Destroy, or even War, that you just, if you're on the defense, it doesn't feel balanced at all. That's the only thing that I really enjoyed about Advanced Warfare, was the fact that there were tiers to the map that enabled you to do some type of strategy to flank. There's just one weird glitch with the audio and somebody else's mic. If you're talking and the game's, you see the scoreboard and then it goes to go back into the lobby as you just ended the game. If somebody's talking, it like loops whatever they last said. That's just something weird. Hopefully they get that fixed. Also, another thing that I've noticed with teammates' names, the names that hover over their head to see, is this an enemy or is this a teammate? Sometimes if they're around a corner or if there's some kind of foliage in between you and the teammate, you can't see their name, so you don't know if it's an enemy or not. So depending on what game mode you're in, that could just give you straight away if you just fire into a teammate. Even though the sound is amazing in the game, another glitch that I've noticed is sometimes you can hear people around you, and it's very important, obviously, to hear where enemies are so you know when to pre-fire around corners, or just to hear where they are so you can call them out to teammates. Sometimes there's just some areas in the map where you don't hear them at all and they just walk up to you and punch you in the head. I'm probably going to be angry about this till the end of time, but bayoneting seems way too overpowered in this game as well. Like, it's insane that somebody can start a bayonet charge 2 feet in front of you even though you've shot a half a clip into them, and that just kind of, whatever action that they're doing eliminates and makes them turn into a juggernaut and be able to just bayonet you right away. There's people that just use a shovel and kill people in this game, and they do amazing. And it makes no sense because the lunge or whatever that action is, or animation, just voids any of the shots that are in between that. So I'm sure a lot of you guys will type in the comments, "Get good, noob." But hopefully this has opened your eyes if you're thinking about getting the game, or if you have it and you just want to feel like we're part of a book club and we're just talking about things and you're like, yes, oh my god, that chapter, to die for. This is just a center where we can all just coagulate our thoughts about this game, whether we like it or not. Do you play on console? Are you having certain issues on console? Because I know a lot of people in headquarters, they would go to headquarters and there would be no one there to 1v1 and pit. There's a lot of issues, like with every Call of Duty, and pretty much every game out there just seems to have tons of issues nowadays when they're getting released, but that's the world we live in. Just let me know what your thoughts are about the game, and this is, honestly, Call of Duty World War II. Peace out, have a great day, shake 'em and bake 'em.